Hey,
I like
everyone.
syphilis. Oh, shit. Ooh, that's awkward.
Hey, everyone, and welcome to the new episode of You Hate to See It. I'm Adam.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Nick. I got confused because there's too many things
Because I'm
to
looking
look
at the camera.
now. Yeah.
I can just look at you and look over here. I don't care about turning all the way
Yeah.
over here to see Adam.
Make sure you like and subscribe. And also become a patron, because all of our patrons can see we are actually in person for the first time in 2 years on this podcast. And we have a camera set up, and it's going to go horribly.
This is so scuffed.
It's
already.
also, if you're wondering, we record the whole month's worth of podcasts in one fell swoop. So
If you see us in the same clothing,
I'll
keep
be
to your own.
shirtless.
no,
Keep
well,
to yourself.
the video goes up in one chunk. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That sounds.
the video is a 2-hour long video.
How do you not know this? We've talked about this like 4
I'll pay
times.
attention.
I know. I'm honestly really surprised you showed up.
And,
I
you
had
brought
shipment telling me I had to come.
he brought extra equipment.
True.
Yeah.
True, he did.
I-
Well, no, not really, because he didn't bring the stand.
It
he
evens
brought
out.
the right amount of equipment, but he switched the equipment.
Yeah, he was almost right.
Yeah.
I was told I had to come, so.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm drinking some fucking IPA. I have a Bush here that I'll be continuously drinking those. And I have this shot of Screwball. Adam's got a problem.
I have 2 tangerine White Claws, a Mike's Hard Watermelon Lemonade, and a bottle of wine. #thanks Emma. And then a shot.
What cork
of
do you have in there? Is that like a
vodka.
reusable cork
Yeah,
or
it's
just
a
what?
reusable
Oh, okay.
cork.
It's kind of neat.
That's what they called my foreskin in high school.
A reusable cork?
I'm kidding. I didn't have my foreskin in high school. I'm American.
Alright. Weird flex, but okay.
I'm drinking some lovely Goose Island Black Hawk IPAs. I feel like I didn't need to do that.
You really emphasized.
It's their normal IPA.
I don't know
with-
whether that was racist against black people or Native Americans,
No,
but it
was
definitely
just-
felt
the,
wrong.
The can is just a matte blacks. And then I got... Hold on, I'm not talking to the mic again. Fuck. And then I got some lovely 1792 small batch bourbon. So I'm probably going to be blacked
Hey,
out by the end of this.
why does your vodka look like bourbon?
I don't know.
It's colored. No, that's not
I
colored. It's wild.
weirdly- It used to be
Flavored,
purple.
that's-
It used to be purple. I have a weird feeling I put something else in there, and now it's brown.
God damn it, Nick. You fucking moron. It's colored vodka. We should start like grabbing New Amsterdam, putting just food coloring in it, and then reselling it as a new product.
I was going to say, what? Starts giving it to Adam and telling him
New
it's-
Amsterdam plain vodka, but red.
It's... No, we're going to
Hate to
start...
see it.
You hate to see it vodka. It's normal vodka, like bottom shelf, but it's colored.
We need to like start giving it away and name,
$25.
giving it like weed flavors, like watermelon butt stuff, blue raz, some shit like that.
I like how blue raz is a weed. Nick, that's just a flavor for candy.
Do you think we'll get sued if we do Pineapple Express flavored vodka?
Yeah. Well, 100%, yeah.
1,000%, yes.
But also, I feel like those people would be cool enough to let us have it.
It's just James Franco, and he's not allowed
Also,
to sue anyone
cheer,
anymore.
Ferda, boys. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
what I was trying to get to before Nick
Cheers.
said that it was colored vodka.
Oh yeah, sometimes you just gotta let him go.
Oh, God, you're so far away.
Let her rip.
Let her cook.
Let her cook.
Your foot touched mine.
I think I put Sprite in here.
That makes sense.
'Cause it-
Also, I feel like that's not a shots type of a bourbon you're doing over there.
It's not.
Nick's having a bad time,
It's-
which
it's-
means Jeff and I are having a great time.
No, we're gonna mix some liquors here today.
You want to use the word liquor correctly?
No.
Or pronounce
He's
it
like
some
correctly?
liquors.
Swirly Dan. Okay.
I'm mixing some liquors.
Hey,
Is that-
I would like to point out, now that I can see my track behind Adam, I am loud. I'll try to dial that back. I won't.
As someone
might try,
someone who made YouTube videos with you and had to like adjust the gain around you, yes.
Yeah, well, because when I'm very like just answering questions, this is how I sound.
Well-
but then Nick gets me all riled up.
Also, it's different when we're on Zoom and you kind of adjust yourself of how
Yeah.
you do it, or we talk to each other about it. This is I can't hear you guys until I edit. So
Yeah.
We should get some of those fun guitar headphones that concert people use.
I think I would literally die.
I could plug in a headset into the interface and listen.
Well,
but
I feel
just
like
don't
we're-
want.
I
That's-
feel like
it
we're
sounds
not
awful.
professional. Apparently Colton like just plays in Discord while being able to hear himself now, and he's like used to it. And I'm like, that sounds like hell.
I
Yeah,
don't
it's
like
you
that.
get used to it. I mean, that's what I had to do for radio, and you're like a 3-second delay from what you're saying, and it's
My pea-sized brain would
well,
explode.
yeah, like the first like few times that you do it, it's so disorienting, but eventually you just learn that you only listen to your audio levels, not what you're saying, and that it fixes it.
I would listen to what I'm saying.
That's the thing that you have to get over.
We should get him to do that because I want to sit here and watch his eyes roll into the back of his head.
It would take me probably 2 or 3 of these recordings, or at least an hour and a half to get over.
Yeah, maybe just get a little drunk.
That would be worse.
Oh, that yeah. I'm like, no, then
Because I
I'm just
already
hearing
talk more
voices in my
staccato
head
and slowly
alone.
when I'm drunk.
Yeah. God, that sounds awful.
Wanna know what I just realized? We're gonna talk over each other so much now because
Oh yeah, we're back in person. That was
we're
like
back
one of the
in
biggest
person.
things. Yeah.
I'm just gonna not talk now.
I mean, well, you at least can't look at your other monitor and play video games while we're recording. Now.
I
I guess this episode's just going to be us updating what happens on our Zoom calls compared to in person.
I scroll Twitter looking for pertinent events.
Also, can we talk about how different the podcast is since the last time we recorded in person to now?
You mean now?
We
Yeah.
used a snowball mic last time. Now we
it's
have
right
these.
there.
Snowball!
Now we have these professional mics, and we're still fucking it all
Oh.
like,
Well,
up
and
so
we
badly.
used to sit around a cards table last time.
Oh wait,
forgot.
hold on. Oh, mine's in a different spot. Nick's is the one that's super high now.
No.
Nix is in the middle, just
That's-
at the bottom.
Never mind,
Absolute-
I'm good.
No,
I'm at the
absolutely not. No, I've never peaked my mic.
I would like to argue that you do it at least 10 times an episode.
I've never once done something like that. I keep touching Jeff's foot. We're gonna have to stop this.
It is the problem of him having a smaller couch and us both being large people.
Hey, but you guys don't get picked up on each other's mics, so
True. We don't know that
Huggy
yet.
Woggy. That's all.
Would you guys like to do life updates now, or is there anything else we need to say at the beginning of this episode, like 20 minutes in?
I think we got the racism out of the way, so I think we're good.
I can't wait to have to cut that out. I didn't know. We could briefly talk about how we're gonna have a guest on the show sometime this month.
True. That's a very cool one.
Yeah, he's on TikTok.
What
Donnybrook.
day is that recording?
We're recording it on the 7th, the Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. I love his videos.
That's
he's
in
one of the
2
first-
weeks, 1.5.
He's one of the
weeks.
first people I followed on TikTok.
Same.
I still don't follow anyone on TikTok.
Let's
Well,
get
yeah,
some of that
but
one.
Nick, you watch this guy on iFunny.
I do. That's true. I do
iFunny
do that.
or
Yeah.
Instagram, yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him on Instagram. I think I've only ever seen him on iFunny.
I haven't seen some of his newer stuff. I haven't been on TikTok a lot lately, but he does some really cool stuff. If you guys don't know who Donnie Brooks is, it's
You'll find out
yeah.
sometime this month. Whenever
Go look him
I
up on Instagram.
once we record it, and then whenever I decide to edit it and put it out.
I'm excited. I think he's gonna be really, really cool. I hope, or
Yeah.
he's gonna hate us. Either one. Did he send you a wedding gift?
No.
Good move.
To be fair, neither did Justin. So
Oof. My wedding gift was helping you redo your flooring and
Oh,
not wanting to kill
that's-
myself.
yeah, no.
my
that's fine.
my wedding gift is coming to you at the end of this episode in the form of a Venmo payment.
It could do it
See?
now.
I could,
Well,
yes, might as well. Right.
yeah,
Well,
it's
let me
like
check my
I-
bank account real quick.
I knew I wasn't gonna say anything about you because you also paid way more for the bachelor party than anyone else,
That's true. That
and
was a
helped
lot.
me do a lot with my house renovation. So I wasn't gonna say anything. Justin said he was gonna give me $5,000, and I haven't received $1.
Have you received a penny?
No,
Oof.
you can't.
my bank no worky. So-
It's right there.
Oh, hey, look at that.
This fucking guy.
The only thing I have to yell at people for, which I don't yell at people for, is Venmoing me for the podcast
I
stuff.
literally did that yesterday.
Not all of it.
Not all of it.
Nope.
Is there more than the 15 we pay for Lisbon?
Yeah, it's been a few months, Jeff.
Oh, really? Wow. My Venmo was down for a while.
Oh.
I tried getting on it, and every time I tried to like put my bank in, it was like bank not found. And I was like, then why did I get to log into my bank for it?
I'm gonna hit you up at the end of this week to see how I'm looking at it next
I
week.
guess
fine.
during this
It's-
episode, I'm just gonna pay Adam
It's
on
really
my Lisbon.
fun. No, I just Venmo request,
Yeah.
and then I don't say anything because I know at some point, like you literally a month ago went, hey,
Said, like-
I haven't paid you in a while. Here's $45, and I just go, yep. Well, I'm not like strapped for cash, so I don't really.
That's the first time I've heard that.
Yeah.
Right? It's great.
No, I fucking. I was telling you.
I
that
paid you for
this 15, but
for February.
yeah, and you haven't paid me for our podcast since
No, I'm looking at that.
like
Yeah, that is a while. Well, let's go as far back as we can with those. This is a professional podcast right here.
it really is.
we're
You
sorting
know,
out.
I
wait,
also
hey,
wasn't expecting to bring
fun
this
fact.
up.
Other podcasts, and you get the inside look into our business
Hey,
dealings.
hey, by the way, this wouldn't have to happen if you fuckers would subscribe to our page.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah. No, I remember sitting down at your wedding
Our
and being
Patreon doesn't even cover our cost for Zoom because Zoom just went up by $2.
Oh, did it really?
delightful.
What do you mean not found? But it's sent. Okay, whatever. Good enough for me.
Yeah, no, at your wedding, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to like piece out my wedding payments to you because I like have a bunch of other stuff coming up, and you're like, I mean, if you just want to keep paying me for like the rest of your life, that's fine.
I just clicked on all of them and hit pay now, and Venmo told me, hey, slow down. There may be pending transactions. And I said, fuck you. Adam also just got $45.
I just do it. I don't really care. I didn't think I was going to bring it up on the
thing with,
podcast.
I feel like the thing with Venmo is like a lot of times like it won't tell you,
Yeah,
like,
it
it won't
doesn't
notify
tell
you.
you.
So like if I'm not like on Venmo and like it pops up when I'm on it, I don't fucking look for it.
So I usually go, and because I go on every month to request, that's usually when I find out if people have paid me or not, because even when I get paid, I don't get notified about
Yeah.
it. So then I'll go and I'll look at who still owes me stuff, and I'll go and I'll click on them, see their recent transactions, and if they've had a recent transaction since I've requested, then the next time I see them, I bring it up, which I was going to bring it up to you. I wasn't expecting it on the podcast. But that because I've seen that you've done something. But for like...
That's because it actually notified me that Nick requested the payment for gas, but that's because you requested me twice.
Yeah, I reminded him like
He did it on Tuesday, and I told you on Discord, I was like, I get paid Thursday, I'll send it to you. Thursday morning at like 7:05, I had just gotten to
Yeah.
work. He sends me another one. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
No, I reminded you on Friday that I sent you a reminder on Friday.
But regardless,
It was Thursday.
I
It was
I
the day I
think
got
the
paid.
last time you had done something was like right after my honeymoon, and I wasn't going to be like, I know everyone just spent a bunch of money for my wedding and stuff. I wasn't going to right away start haggling them about the $15 a month. And then we just kept going, and I was like, I really haven't seen it before. It was like a party or something, and I was like, meh. Like, it's not worth it. I'm not like hurting. So
You should tell me when I'm blackout.
I'm just stupid.
I'll make you. I'll just be like, give me your Venmo. Even though you're taking me off your life insurance policy, I'll get that life insurance money somehow.
You're still on the primary one, if that helps.
Nick passes away, and it goes. Shannon gets all of his money, and you just start Venmo requesting her $15 a month.
For the podcast that by the time we're dead isn't around anymore.
I like to think if Nick passed away, we'd keep going. Just
Well,
out
Nick
of
will probably
spite for
die
you.
in the next 4 months. So-
If Nick dies, we'll probably
Oh,
die
boy.
with him. Honestly, we're usually
boy.
around each other when
Yeah.
Nick does stupid shit. Sadly. Hey, so life updates. I think we were supposed to do 15 minutes ago.
I don't know why Jeff's so on this.
On life updates, oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Well, because we talked about I paid Adam during this episode. I think I deserve to get to talk about
That
things.
is true.
He paid me for things he was supposed to pay me for.
Let him think that it's a Patreon subscription.
Oh yeah, Jeff's Patreon
Yeah.
subscribing at our $15 a month.
Do you know how
tier.
shit that would be if it
we
was
had a
like,
Patreon.
as someone who has to upload to it, like I had to pay to be able to log in to upload on our episodes.
That'd be wild.
By the way, sorry there was no fucking drunken jurors this month. This month, yet again, with life updates. Was pretty fucking busy.
It was quite. It was
very
quite
busy January.
busy times. Am I peaking? I'm probably
Oh,
peaking.
absolutely.
Yeah, I was like, you
Okay,
immediately
I
went
am
right here.
Quite close.
This is why I like the stands here, and if my hand moves towards me, bad, because it's no longer comfy.
Boy, I gotta.
Stop that. You stop that. You knock that the fuck off.
I'm gauging distances.
I love how Adam's the only one that gets to make eye contact with the people, because I refuse to look this way now.
If I look at them, I'm gonna look at them the way I look at my mic.
What if I change camera placements every month?
One of them's from behind your head.
I can't wait.
You wear a
One month I do
GoPro. You wear a GoPro.
one month I actually use my webcam
You know,
to
it's
do
that
this.
like 360 GoPro mount.
Yeah, it sticks out. Yeah.
Oh, just a 360 camera right in the middle would be
Oh.
so awful.
No, it's the fisheye lens.
Makes me sick.
All right, let's get these life updates out of the way. Jeff.
We spent New Year's together, which I think we talked about on the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I don't think I really did anything for the next week. After that, I don't think I did anything that next week. But after that, we had our fun presentation,
PowerPoint party.
yeah, PowerPoint party, which is everyone got a random during our Friendsgiving / Christmas party. Everyone drew someone's name out of a hat, and they had to make a PowerPoint, a funny PowerPoint presentation before the party, and then we presented them.
I thought he was throwing up.
No.
And then we had to present them at the party. And they were wild. Nick, I'm sorry. You did the worst.
I did amazing. I was educating the populace.
That wasn't the point.
I was educating the populace and doing it in a fun yet inclusive manner.
No.
I think.
Yeah, explain to them how you fucked up.
So I got our friend Grace, and Grace was in the army. And in a way of being both topical yet educational, I did an entire PowerPoint on war crime conventions from the early 1800s to current. And I gave a description of why that is relevant to us and how we can help
You were the
Grace.
second person to go. Adam set such a high bar, and then you literally set the lowest. And I'm like, I can't fuck up more than that.
I brought it home.
It was all right.
I brought it home.
It was 8 slides of just information that drunk people didn't want to deal with.
I think everyone should know about war crimes. I think everyone should know about the federal act that lets us invade the Netherlands in order to rescue and or remove American citizens from international criminal courts holding. So I think that is an important thing to know. I would also like to point out that
Hold on. Adam, you can label this as educational.
Yeah.
Nice.
I would also like to point out.
Wait, do I have to look this way now too? What the fuck is
I'm
this shit?
recording
hey.
from both, just in
For the
case.
back of your head? Literally just the back of your head?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Wild.
Adam, this is too much for me.
Here's the thing. I think that only has 19 minutes left of space. So
Oh, that's fucking delightful.
when we finish this episode, I'll be taking that down for a second and checking it out.
Cool.
All right. Well, next, so Adam started that off with a fucking phenomenal PowerPoint.
It will
on
be
Nick.
available for patrons.
It will. So
it's about Nick.
Adam started it off. It was very good, very funny, news broadcasts about Nick. But he never really said it was about Nick. It was good. You guys can go look at it on our Patreon. Then it was Nick, and then it went Grace. Grace had Garrett. Garrett had me, and then I had Adam. And I
Garrett's
think
was pretty
I think I
Yours was
wrapped
good.
that. I think I wrapped that up as good as you fucking
Yeah.
could after how Adam set the bar at the
I
beginning.
forgot. I have to do a PowerPoint next month on cheese.
We doing it next month?
I don't know.
Oh, I have to do it on feet, so I'm pretty upset.
Mine's on
You just do
Hallmark
animal
movies.
feet. Just do different animal feet.
I've decided.
Absolutely not.
So Jeff gave me the topic of Hallmark movies, and I have already decided I'm not going to watch a single Hallmark Christmas movie because
Yeah, it wasn't Hallmark movies. It was Hallmark Christmas, movies.
yeah.
You should get
And
Shannon
I already
Shannon to
know,
consult on that.
It's literally, I have to research 2 things, and I got it, and it's going to be a great PowerPoint.
I am going to, if I don't end up offing myself before I have to present mine, It's a toss up on how good it'll be.
I'm bringing snacks for mine.
Ooh, will you get to taste test cheeses?
Yes, but
Are
they're
they
gonna
gonna be bad?
They're gonna be gross ass cheeses.
Oh,
They're gonna be the ones that may or may not be illegal in the U.S., like those French ones that is just mold
Here's
and
the
fucking.
thing. I love cheese of any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, no, we're
Nick,
gonna
I'm
break
need
that.
you to
We're
move-
gonna
I'm
we're
need you to
breaking
move
that, man.
I'm gonna need you to move that thing the fuck away from your mouth again.
Oh shit. Sorry, I got excited. I was talking about cheese.
like I'm one of those weird people that likes blue cheese.
So do I.
I like blue cheese. Yeah.
Oh,
There are grosser cheeses out there, Adam.
a lot of people find blue cheese to
No.
be pretty fucking.
No, blue
heinous.
cheese is pretty standard.
Yeah.
I don't like brie.
Goat cheese is hit
I
or
like
miss for
brie.
me.
I like goat cheese.
Goat cheese is weird.
I've
It
had
is
goat
weird.
cheese on salads.
Oh, and then after that party, we played Codenames for like
Again.
the second time in
Yeah.
like a month.
It's a very good game.
It is. It is. It is. I don't know if we need to play it every time.
It's
You know what
very
you
good,
need to
though.
play every time? Irish poker.
Irish poker.
You want to know what you need to play every time? The movie Goon.
True. After you play many rounds of Irish poker.
I do like how we tried teaching the people at the last bachelor party how to play Irish poker, and they were not happy.
No, that happens. Well, we also played that violent game of Flip Cup.
We did play that flip cup shot game.
So, have you seen on TikTok?
Oh.
There's a game of Flip Cup. So you have like multiple people, and it works best with like 4. So one on each side of the table, and you make like a square with a bunch of little squares in it. In the middle, you put a shot glass.
Oh yeah.
And then,
yeah.
like, every time you flip the cup and you land it, you move it across
Yeah,
from you.
yeah, I've seen
So we
that.
played that. But we did it with every time you lost, you take a shot. And after 2 shots, you switched out with someone else. But there was only one other person. So what happened was, it's a very fast-paced game. So you take 2 shots in about maybe 3 minutes. And then once you're out, everyone else usually already has 1 shot. So, like, the next person to lose, you're now going back in. And you're just back in the game. I think I did like 5 shots in less than 10 minutes.
I've
and
always wanted to play that game.
And it's very fun.
It's fun. It's violent.
Yeah, and then everyone got mad when I was like, you know what, maybe we should stop and play something else, which my next suggestion was Irish poker, so it was just as aggressively violent.
Well, so you say it's violent. I was playing spoons with someone and bit them. So
Yeah, that seems about right.
He is autistic, so that makes sense.
Yeah, that ends up for
no,
you.
so literally, I had I had my hands
Yeah.
and I lowered it a little bit to because I was looking at everyone else's cards and I just dropped my hand a little bit. And the girl next to me, who when you drop your card, she was the one to take them from me. So she saw my hand, and her and I were building the same thing, and I was beating her, and so she saw that she needed what I had.
Is my car being towed?
No, that's a plow, I think.
How sure are we?
No, that's the garbage. I don't know why the garbage
On
is here.
Sunday?
Yeah, I don't know why the garbage is
Are we
here.
sure about
And then
that?
they
Are
just
we
moved
getting
away.
towed?
Anyway, so she went and saw my hand and grabbed my cards from my hand and started ripping them out of my hand. And I went and was trying to rip them back,
It's a pop truck.
Okay.
and she wasn't letting go. And it was I had done this, so I was pulling it up close to my face, and I just saw her hand, and I was like, fuck this bitch. I had no idea who she was. It was one of Morgan's friends. So
And then you decided to bite her?
I bit her hand, and everyone was like, what the fuck? And I was like, she's stealing my cards, and everyone was drunk enough that they agreed with me. So
Wild.
after the fact, no one agreed with me. But
Wild. Yeah, that is an aggressive play. But so we
I'm
played
very competitive.
we played
I
Irish
know.
poker. But the Airbnb we had, the basement was a game room, so it had ping pong and foosball and billiards. It was super cool. We spent most of our downtime down there getting drunk. But so yeah, after we got done playing Irish poker, no one was really all that happy with us, so we went downstairs and started playing those games. The next day though, fun fact, Nick and I were at the same bachelor party.
I was not.
Yes.
Yes.
Who is
So-
this?
This is for Don.
Don.
Oh, okay.
So we
Which is wild because he invited literally everyone else.
that's to the wedding or to
the wedding.
Oh. I don't think
I've
he
met
knows.
him once.
Yeah,
I know.
I don't
I
think,
know. I'm kidding.
but
in my
and it was on
autistic
D&D.
brain, am I upset? Yeah, but really not that upset. my autism and depression is saying I want to cry, but in reality, I'm fine. I've met
You'll
the
get
guy
through
once.
it. So
we won't be here to help you.
the next day we went to we tried
I hope you die and me knowing I could have done something to change that. It's my favorite video.
Yeah.
I remember that YouTube video.
Yeah.
I
I've
actually
only ever
watched
seen
them.
it on TikTok.
I've actually watched that whole video.
Yeah,
Like,
that's great.
I've subscribed to them.
That's the McNasty guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Soup and all them.
Yeah.
But so the next day we went to go find breakfast. We tried like 3 different places. One of our last resorts was Waffle House.
And we couldn't even get into Waffle House.
Could not get into Waffle House. We looked across the street. Someone said, "Hey, let's go to Denny's." 2 cars in the Denny's parking lot.
Should have been a sign.
I was like, oh, we went in there. Wildest experience I've had dining anywhere. Fucking absolutely wild. Had the most mediocrely bad breakfast I've ever had. We all got up, didn't really say anything about it, went back home, chilled out, played Mario Kart.
No, we didn't go back home. We went straight to the escape room. Because
we went to the
pooped in
escape room. Yeah, you made us late.
I didn't poop in the. I pooped in the escape room's designated toilet area. I did not poop in the escape room.
Imagine if in the escape room there was a toilet. So you shit, and then we had to do the entire escape room with just the smell of shit.
That would have been awful.
It's almost like having to do the podcast smelling Jeff's shit.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about that. So, yeah, Nick made us slightly late to our escape room. Really fun escape room. I think it was my favorite
It was
one
a
we've ever done.
Scooby-Doo themed one.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Scooby-Doo escape.
Scooby-Doo! Yeah.
But then after that, we went home. We did our Mario Kart.
Sorry, I'm really weird about Scooby-Doo right now with the whole Velma thing.
Oh, yeah, no.
This had nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
I know.
So then we went home. We played Mario Kart, and then what did we even do for dinner? We went somewhere for dinner. Oh, we had Smash Burger because we were going to go to a nice Italian restaurant.
We literally could not find.
They didn't allow reservations, and we showed up, and they're like, "It's gonna be an hour and a half wait," and we're like, "Well, the fucking game starts in half an hour or an hour and a half, so that ain't happening." We ate, had the most yet again mediocre burger I've ever had in my life.
Wings were really solid.
And then we went to the game. We got separated because Colton told us as we were going that he bought the 6 tickets he bought.
With 3 seats in separate areas.
In separate sections. So we had to split the party.
It was the same section. It was just like different rows and shit.
Who bought the tickets?
Colton.
Okay, for some reason I thought you said Don. I was like, Don bought his own tickets for his own bachelor.
No, so we got like as we were like driving there, he's like, "Yeah, it's gonna be real wild when we all have to go find our seats." And we were like, "What?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, it's 3 and 3 in different rows." We're like, "Okay," but like, I sat with yet again. These are probably the smallest seats I've ever sat in, and I was next to Don. I was next to Don.
So you struggled.
I sat with Don and Calvin, who are both small people. But like I felt like a child because we were up against like the front wall.
Oh, it's so like singing in an airplane.
Yeah. So my knees,
your feet.
So my knees were like stuck into my chest, and I was sitting there. I was like, "This is fine." And then I look up. At one point, there's this dude yelling for Don, and I hear it. I'm like, And then I hear him ask, "What are the other guys' names?" And I hear Nick go, "Oh, one of them's Jeff," and he calls my name and I went, "This stupid son of a bitch." And I turn around, Nick has apparently made a new friend who is very intoxicated.
I hate
my
life.
He was like, hey, get Don. I turned to Don and was like, "Hey, there's some random drunk guy that wants to talk to you." And he turned around and he started like, he's like, "Don, congrats, but also, fuck you." And I was like, I don't like this.
This is also incredibly loud.
This happened all game. Thanks to Nick not telling someone to shut the fuck up.
I was kind of worried he was going to swing on me when he saw we were Hawks fans. And I got stuck sitting next to him. But also, like, this dude, he was only there for about a third of the game. Because he'd, like, wander off and get drunk somewhere and then come back. So, he missed most of the game.
The Blues were not having a good game.
He probably was watching from, like, the bar.
Yeah.
I don't know how the St. Louis Arena is. The Hawks Arena,
small.
they have the bars that you can watch the game from sitting at the bar.
It's quite small. It felt small.
The Hawks rink is fairly small, too.
I think this is smaller.
Smaller?
Like, not like smaller.
We looked it up. It was like 6,000 seats less.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's still fun. Real
yeah,
nice.
It was fun.
We should do a podcast Hawks game.
Like at
record in a Hawks game?
Sure.
That sounds horrible.
We have to
get a suite for one, and that's going to be stupidly expensive.
No, just we go to a Hawks game as a podcast.
Okay. Does that mean I have to fifth wheel?
Oh. Should we invite our significant?
I'm going to be with you. I don't know if Shannon would want to go to a Hawks game.
Here's the weird thing. I feel like the intensity that I bring to watching hockey is fun enough for people who don't like hockey.
true.
You've seen
Yeah,
me
it's
out. Like I get very intense about
Yeah,
it.
Do
but
Hawks
the
games still
sad
sell
thing
out? Are
the
they
sad
selling out
thing
currently?
is
I'm like,
no, they
there's
suck.
no way, right? Okay.
They suck. Next year maybe.
The sad
this
thing
is our
is-
rebuild year. Next year maybe.
so the sad thing is like when Adam and I went, we sat our significant others in the middle. So like anytime Adam and I wanted to talk, we had to fucking scream across them.
Here's the thing. I think if like just us two with Morgan and Shannon went, I feel like it would be easier because I feel like Shannon doesn't feel like she has to sit next to you. So Shannon would be fine being at the end for then Morgan and I to sit next to
No,
each other. and then you
I
and
bring the clinginess to my relationship.
That's true.
Okay,
he
yeah.
does, yeah.
So you and I could sit next to each other.
That adds up.
Where, and then like you and Shannon could bookend Morgan and I.
Yeah.
But then that game was very entertaining. Some
It was.
wild
It
shit
was.
happened.
It
There's
was.
a
There's
very
fights.
aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the game was wild. A lot of fighting. At the end of the second period, one of the they break the unspoken rule. The fucking timer goes off, the bell, or whatever the fuck noise.
buzzer?
Buzzer, that's what we call it.
Bell.
It goes off, and as that happens, the Blues player just slap shots it from halfway, and
So
just
you beat the fuck out.
yeah,
of
so
that
he
guy.
did that, and then one of the Hawks players came up to confront him, and he was like, "Fuck you," and decided to swing, and just got dropped. He was
Which
like,
Hawks player?
"I don't remember.
Okay.
It wasn't Taves, but
No, Taves wouldn't do
Taves
that.
No.
does not fight. Kane
Taves-
and Taves. do
no,
not
Taves.
fight.
Taves was in someone's shit after.
So
Was he?
yeah,
here's the thing
so
with-
someone
so
like pushed the goalie, and Taves came
yeah,
flying out of the corner.
So here's the thing: Taves won't fight, but as the captain, he will. So like, if the momentum of the game is not in their favor, and it could be like, because you usually fight
Yeah.
to change the momentum of the game, and so he will step up and fight to change the momentum if he feels like it would help. If they're getting blown out, there's no fucking helping that, so he's not gonna fight. But Taves just doesn't like. You say like I fucked your mom, Taves isn't gonna drop your ass. Like
Yeah, no, there was a lot of aggression. There was at one point where like the Blues player pushed a Hawks player, and another Hawks player threw the Blues player like over his shoulder. Wildly, no penalty called on that one.
So no, that's if it was like a clean, if the guy lined up and performed a clean check.
In between plays,
Oh, that's discretion because if like the momentum was already going, and like there's a wild.
it
thing
was
of, like
I'm just
it's like
trying
an
to,
incidental with like when you have like 10-year-olds
Yeah.
that full on check each other, but that's because they're stupid and don't look up. That's yes, it was a check and a penalty. It's also an incidental. You don't give them a penalty because they're stupid and 10 and don't look up. Like so if it was an incidental, like whatever. But
just the last thing I want to say on it was so after that happened, there was like a 5-minute break before they started like the countdown for like the half or whatever like the in between periods is called. I don't fucking know. Intermission. There we go. Wow. Okay. So
yeah, we use normal human words. For these
I
things.
like halftime because it's
Period
literally
is the only weird one that we got.
not really because like it's periods for basketball too. And,
Yeah, but basketball sucks.
oh, it does.
Well, I'm very
But, so-
vocal about that.
So me, Calvin, and Don made a bet of when the next fight's gonna start because after you end a period like that, we can only assume it's going to get even more aggressive going into the third. And Don said after about 5 minutes in, and Calvin said he thinks in like the last 10 minutes. I said the second that puck hits the fucking ice to start the period, someone's getting swung on. Mm-hmm. There wasn't a single fight the rest of the game, and I was pissed.
Well, so like you have the 17 minutes between
18.
period. It was 18.
Yeah.
So you have that time, like you decompress.
Well,
you
also
calm down.
there's also the 5-minute period of the ref talking to the two captains, telling them, "Hey, fuck off."
Yeah, and also you have to remember, like third periods are weird when it comes to fights and stuff like that because.
Well, you don't want to be a fucking down one of your best players. For
Well,
like
yeah.
a full,
So you're at
like-
the end. You're at the end of the game. If it's a close game or if you're losing, that's not the thing that you really need is a fight, unless you know it's going to change the momentum. And also with 10 minutes, See, it's different between NHL and youth, but it's either 10 or 5 minutes depending on the ruling of then it transfers to the next game, and by next game it means you're suspended for the next game. So like if like for youth hockey, if with 4 minutes left in the game, you get a major penalty. So a fighting major is 5 minutes. Any major penalty is 5 minutes. And then
It's only 2 or 5, right? Or like obviously
so,
getting kicked out
like,
of the game, but
within age ranges. But yes, 2 minutes is a penalty, a minor penalty. 5 minutes is a major, and then 10 minutes is normally given out for fighting if it's equal parties, or if like I instigated and you just reacted, I get a 10, you get a 5. That's normally how it is. So with the 5 and 10 minutes, if after 5 minutes of the game is left, you're suspended the next game.
We should watch Goon after this.
The penalty,
I'll go home. I'll just leave.
the penalty technically keeps going into the next game, and if you aren't on the roster to start the game, you're not able to play. So technically, you're not on the roster. If you're in the box, you can't play the whole game. That's why usually between 10 and 5 minutes left in the game, fucking everyone's on pristine condition, or they're complete assholes and nothing gets done about it. Is because they don't want to get suspended for the next game.
I will say, Kane, I was like, that fucker, like,
He's
I
good.
don't, that
good.
fucker is around the puck every second he is on the ice.
Yeah.
Like, he is like within like 5 to 10 feet of that fucker at all times. I was like, oh shit.
So Kane's the playmaker. Kane is always there. He makes the passes. Kane's great, except for not anymore, but early on in his career, he was a piece of shit human being, and it really brought the Hawks' name down. That's the only reason why I would trade him. Well, and also he's like $11 million a season and doesn't produce those kind of numbers anymore.
Isn't he like 35? Reason is like early 30s or something?
Yeah, I think 33. Him and Taves are 1 year apart, I think.
Is Taves still considered one of the best captains in the league?
Oh, yeah. Taves is the...
it used to be him and Crosby.
No, Crosby is a whiny baby. Well, he's not anymore, but when he was younger, like Taves...
Bill Cosby? We're talking about Bill
Crosby.
Cosby. Oh.
Yeah. And it's not Bill.
It's Sydney.
Yeah.
But Taves
Learn
was the
something new every
captain like his second season with the Hawks. So he was like 20 years old, became the captain of a group of guys who were older than him. Like we had guys in their like 28, 27.
It was
like
an old
Keith,
team at that point.
Keith Seabrook, like not old, 30s is old, and they were young at the time. But
who was the goalie for the Stanley Cup team?
Hobby Bullen.
Crawford was one.
Hobby Bullen was the first one.
Okay.
Then we had Niemi was his backup. Then Hobby Bullen got traded. Then got traded back to the Hawks at one point to retire. Never played another game. But he got traded back. Then they did the retirement night, and he never played again. Like he never played for the Hawks after he got traded. But then so we had Hobby Bullen. Then we had Niemi was his backup. Niemi with Crawford as backup. I think they won a cup, but it's been Crawford ever since for every other cup, and Crawford sucks. So
yeah, I'd still say that one of the biggest things was trading away Darling.
Darling would have. We should have kept Darling. Who wasn't Darling the one that died?
Oh, Darling's
I have no idea.
Wasn't so. There was. I'm trying to remember.
Well, don't forget the Hawks had fucking Marc-Andre Fleury for some fucking reason.
Marc-Andre, that was great. I was so happy about that.
And then they never played him or something?
No. He had a shit team in front of him. This was in our era of we got Marc-Andre Fleury and we're too busy paying Taves $10.8 million when Taves doesn't put up points. He's just a good captain. And Kane $11.7 million when Kane stopped producing that kind. They signed him to like a 15-year contract.
He was once that good.
When they signed him, he was that good. For the first 4 or 5 years, he was that good. He's no longer that good, and we're paying him a fuck ton of money for no goddamn reason.
That's why I don't understand the stupidly long contracts in sports. Like MLB, because they don't have a salary cap. What? They fucking pay. They'll like like big name superstars go to teams that just pay the most, and those contracts are like 10 to 12
Like
years.
Aaron Judge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're like 10
so-
years. They're like 10 years long for like 300 million, and it's like you realize the dude you just signed is like in his prime right now. He's probably like 27, 28. You're expecting him to be producing that type of numbers at 38 years old.
We've ran out of time, but
That's fine. I think
we'll finish it for the video here, but the or for the audio here. No, it's you normally only see like those big contracts when they're like 23, or if they're like, I'm not signing with you unless you sign me for the rest of my career.
Yeah.
And it's a wild.
Also, you're expecting them not to like get injured.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there are
Like
the weird
Crawford fucking injured himself
Yeah,
every
Crawford
fucking season.
Crawford needed to be dropped to the bug like so fast, and we needed to get someone else in.
I'm
just
still-
signed from free agency to
Yeah.
get someone in as our
Darling,
star.
Darling was so good.
Darling was so good, but maybe they traded Darling because he asked for too much, and they were stuck with their cap. Because at the time they had Kane, Taves, Sharp, Hosa, like Seabrook, Heath. You had our all stars, and you're too busy paying these all stars $8 to $12 million.
And there is a salary cap.
You run out of cap space,
Yeah.
so.
Well,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we beat the shit out of that horse. So.
Yeah.
We can name it Elmer.
True. Glue.
So thanks everyone for listening, and for those of you watching, I'm truly sorry that you have this camera for this last little bit, and whatever happened with technical glitches, we're gonna fix that. Normally we wouldn't cut the camera, but we are now because
Well, maybe if we updated the SD cards or something before we started using them.
we'll talk about it.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so thanks everyone for listening. Become a patron to watch the video.
They're more fun now.
They are more fun. We're in person. In person!
Hypothetically.
We'll talk about it.
What? I mean, it can.
I need silence for the clap.
That's not chlamydia. Just don't lie to me like that ever again. If you're going to talk about STDs, you get them right, okay?
STIs, thank you.
Is it not?
I don't know. I don't know what the difference is other than they're both sexually transmitted.
One's
One's
a
in-
disease, one's an infection.
Oh, thank you. I got what the two different words were. I did put that part together.
Okay. Yeah.